Morning, friends. This video is meant for all the people who are curious to learn a language and speak correct English. Friends, there is a grammatical item that is often used in day-to-day spoken English, that is passives. First of all, we must know what is passive. See, a sentence can be written either with an active verb or with an passive verb. What is an active verb? An active verb is the main verb where the subject acts upon the action and gives a result. And the subject is first, then verb, then object. The pattern is S plus B plus O. For example, we say that we receive information from various media. Now, we is the subject, receive is the verb, information is the object, and rest of the thing is complement. So the same sentence, we receive information from various media, can be said in another way in passive form. Then object will be brought first. Information is received from various media. Here by us is not required because it is understood that we all receive information from various media. So when the passive form of the verb is written, it is always used in the past participle form, and the pattern is always object plus, if it is simple present, object plus is mr plus v3 plus by plus doer of the action, or if it is simple past, then object plus was were plus v3 plus by plus the agent, I mean the doer of the action. So what is the application of passives? See, when you want to deliver a lecture, a number of sentences you're going to speak in the passive form in order to emphasize, in order to make certain, intonation and stress. You have to use sometimes the passive form, making object an important part of the sentence, bringing object at the first place. For example, if we are talking about simple present passive, we generally say that God is worshipped in every form of life, or in every form of deity. God is worshipped in every form of deity. So here God is the object, is the verb that is according to the object. So in passive, verb has to be according to the object. God is worshipped in every form of deity. The same thing we can say in active form when the subject is given priority, that we worship God in every form of deity. Both the sentences are correct, but the only difference is that when you are making object the priority, then you have to say God is worshipped. This is something which impresses, or which creates an impression that language becomes more decorative and better when it is spoken in different ways. Like we can say that these days a lot of discussions are being carried out on various media regarding the manufacturing hub India is going to have, or India is already having manufacturing hub. It is believed that, see how beautiful the sentence is. It is believed, simple present passive. It is believed that the youth of India are multi-talented. Now the same thing can be said, the youth of India are believed to be multi-talented. You see, the second one is more impressive because it is directly used in passive form. Sometimes you have to take the direct object as the priority. Like you say that the Prime Minister acknowledged the contribution of a scientist by giving him award. The same thing can be said that the scientist was acknowledged by the Prime Minister, by the President giving him an acknowledgement. So the second one is more impressive. Yeah, the people working in health sectors are being given priority for their contribution to the cleanness and hygiene of the nation. See how beautiful these sentences are. It is assumed that this year the rainfall is going to be maximum. It is assumed, you see, it is in passive form. Object is being taken. Like if you use something, like if you say that you want to tell somebody that yes, give me a glass of water, the same thing can be made more formal in passive, that you are requested to give me a glass of water. The second one is more formal and more empathetic and more, appealing, that you are requested to give me a glass of water, instead of saying give me a glass of water, which is a very, very blunt one. Generally in languages, blunt words and blunt expressions, do not create impression. Like if you say that yes, I have asked you to do this work immediately. Now this is very blunt, and if you just say like that, that you have been asked by me very politely to do the work. You see, you are requested to be seated. You see how beautiful the sentence is. If you say that be seated, it appears to be a blunt language, a very harsh language. Be seated. And when you use be seated please, or you are requested to have a seat please, or you are requested to be seated here, all these sentences make the expression more beautiful. So like if you are saying that, well, that you have to announce that the school will remain closed, so you can say that the school will remain closed tomorrow. That can be mean a better way said that the school will remain closed on account of this and that, okay, giving reasons. Now the students must fill the form by 20th of November. Now the students are required to fill the form by 20th of, yes, this is a better sentence. She will be received by the guest at the hotel. She will be received by the receptionist at the hotel. Yeah. Let him be given a chance to express himself. It's a beautiful sentence in passive. If you say that give him a chance to speak or express himself, it is a blunt one. But if we say let him be given a chance to express himself, it's a beautiful sentence. Yes, do not insult the poor. But if you say like that, let the poor be not insulted please, let the weak be helped, let the children be taught, let the children be given their right to study, let this nation be made progressive, let this nation be defended, let the education be given priority. Now the same thing can be said in another way in passives, that education is to be given priority by the government. Education is to be made more viable and more progressive for the welfare of the society. Health and education are to be made compulsory assets and affair of the government. The people of our country are to be taken care of by the government. The people living in slums are to be given a hygienic and healthy living place. The officers and the in charge of the municipal corporations are required to supervise the cleanliness and hygiene of the city. The students are requested or are informed or are suggested not to involve in the cheap politics that was seen on Jantar Mantar. The protesters who were provoked to resort to violence were not students. They were misguided by some of the political parties who want to divide the country. The divisive forces of the nations are to be pushed back or are to be restrained by the people. The youth are supposed to be trained to acknowledge the contribution of their own capabilities. The youth are trained to contribute their skill to the progress of the nation. It is expected by the youth that the government must take them into confidence. The anti-social elements are to be treated rigorously by the forces. The violent mob which was seen on Jantar Mantar was pre-instigated by some of the anti-social elements and divisive forces. They were provoked to resort to violence by some anti-social elements. So these are the beautiful sentences. When you're using passive, the sentence becomes very beautiful. And you see, generally it is expected, again I am speaking in passive, it is expected from everyone to behave in a gentle way. It is desired by the nation that everyone has to be involved in the welfare of the nation. We all are expected to be trained for different purposes. Students are to be made capable, creative, productive, and collaborative. The schools are are given the opportunity to bring out the best out of the budding talents. The school must be asked to implement the new education policy 2020 and 21. So that is how passives can be used. So in passive, object plus will, shall plus be plus v3, like the announcement will be made about the reschedule of the exam. See how beautiful. The principal will make the announcement about the reschedule of the exam. The principal will make the announcement of the reschedule of the exam. That is active. The announcement will be made for the reschedule of the exam by the principal. Both of the sentences are equally beautiful, but the passives one is more appealing. Like if you say somebody that you are requested to be in position of the chairperson, you are requested to hold the position of a chairperson, you are requested to proceed to the lecture, you are requested to address us. The honorable president was requested to address both the houses of the parliament. The honorable speaker, was asked to invite the chairperson of the committee to address the people. So these are the sentences which are in passive. Most of the passives are beautiful. Let the government decide what is wrong and what is right. Let the authority reach a decision. Let the culprit be punished. See, these are the sentences which are beautiful. Let not a single individual be insulted. Please, let the poor be helped at any cost. Let the needy be given all assistance. So these are the beautiful sentences in passive and they make a sense. Thank you. Have a nice morning. This is Eddie Singh on the channel Easy English by Eddie Singh.